And we're back. Kumbaya. Hey guys, happy Saturday. We don't usually do this on a Saturday, but I'm housebound today, so why not? Yesterday we were going to oh yeah, King, welcome back, King. Yeah, there you go, just checking the audio. King, welcome back. So, for those of you that may have caught yesterday's live stream, the initial plan was to watch the Clone Wars microseries volumes 1 and 2, as well as the 3D replacement canon film by Dave Filoni, the 2008 one. But unfortunately, I'm not going to lie, I was just absolutely exhausted by the time Volume 2 concluded. In fact, I was falling asleep before Volume 2 concluded, and I was still on the air, so I had to just just another way of emphasizing how unprofessional I am. Um, anyway, yeah, so we're gonna finish what we started, and I'm not gonna make you guys wait another week for this. Well, this is part 2, if you will. But how are you guys doing? Look, it's my two familiar friends. We've got King5942, and we got archived videos. Excellent. Hello, boys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me just update the chat box, and we're good to go. What I'm going to start doing in these live streams as well is I'm going to start putting the GoFundMe link to the microseries in the description, because I need to plug my own stuff, But I've been catching up with a lot of TV today. The latest episode of Rings of Power, been watching that. The latest episode of She-Hulk, watched that today. Thor: Love and Thunder, seeing that for the first time today. I thought it was funny. It wasn't the best Marvel film, but it was interesting. I loved Christian Bale's character. I thought he was quite compelling. He wasn't like those bland other, he wasn't like one of those selfish villains that are only interested in profit. He's literally a broken father who, as a Star Wars fan, I can dig it. And also, I can't remember the last time I've ever seen Christian Bale in a movie. Because there was that I think in like 2012, he was massive. His career really peaked in a way, because he was in everything. He was in Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. He was in Terminator Salvation. He was in not Lawless. What's it called? That what's that? What's that film with Johnny Depp where they're it's like in the 40s? Uh, what is it called? He's Christian Bale, Johnny Depp. It's gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna ask Google. Uh, Christian Bale, Johnny Depp.
Public Enemies is a 2009 film directed.
Yeah. Oh, so maybe it wasn't 2012 he picked. It was 2009. Yeah. Yeah. Public Enemies. He was in that. He's been in loads of stuff. But then I think ever since Terminator, Salvation, the whole angry rant thing. That's when it went tits up, really, didn't it? For him, bless him. Um, yeah, but how's everyone doing? Now, inevitably, people are going to ask me. People are going to ask me. Where can you watch the 3D Clone Wars show, the 2008 movie? And I'm afraid the answer is the only answers I can give you is your DVD or Blu-ray player, or Disney Plus. Um, that's all I can offer. I don't think it's on YouTube like the microseries is, and I don't have uh, there are no websites that come to my mind. Um, I'm afraid. Now King 5942 has just reminded me that yes, Tales of the Jedi's trailer dropped today. In fact, a lot of trailers have dropped today. Tales of the Jedi, Mandalorian season 3. Tales of the Jedi in particular, though, was really caught my interest because it sort of showed us some sneak peeks of where each episode can sort of take place. Like, for instance, I believe in that trailer we saw a quick shot of Padme's funeral. So that's really like haunting to see in the Clone Wars style animation. Padme's funeral. This is just further proof that Dave Filoni needs to do a Revenge of the Sith in the style of the Clone Wars, because now a lot of people, like, I've had this debate with other people before. They say, like, there's been people who've said there's no point doing Revenge of the Sith in the Clone Wars style because we already know the story, and they can't rewrite what George Lucas established before selling the property to Disney. You know what I mean? So what's the point? But for me, I feel it can tell the same story in different ways and with added context. So, for instance, there's these videos on YouTube called Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures, and they retell the original trilogy and prequel stories, but with all the context of what's come out since. So, for instance, in Galaxy of Adventures, you see um, Ben Kenobi. It's all a 2D animation, but what's cool about it is Ben Kenobi in it, for instance, looks kind of like a cross between Alec Guinness and Ewan McGregor, and the same with Solo. Young Solo in Galaxy of Adventures looks exactly the same as as yeah, sorry, Han Solo, not Ben Solo, Han Solo in Galaxy of Adventures. When they show him his younger self from Solo: A Star Wars Story, he still looks the same as what he becomes his older self, and yet both are sort of referencing Alden Ehrenreich and Harrison Ford. It works. So yeah, with a Revenge of the Sith Clone Wars style, who knows what they could add without disrupting the storyline. Perhaps they could do some cutting back and forth from Anakin to Ahsoka's journey on Mandalore. Perhaps we could see some more of Order 66, like Quillen Voss. Um, perhaps we can see some more of the inhibitor chips shenanigans. It's just so cool. I can't wait to see it. Um, Archived videos says he'd like to see some deleted scenes in a Clone Wars Revenge of the Sith uh, film, such as Padme talking. Well, actually, mind you, this could be in Tales of the Jedi if that was what you were referring to. So yeah, perhaps we'll see some of the Revenge of the Sith deleted scenes, like Padme talking with the Senate members forming the Rebel Alliance, or Shaak Ti's death. But the only thing I'd say is a deleted scene doesn't necessarily mean it's it's canon, as in there could be a reason, like there's a reason it's deleted, not just for runtime. Perhaps at the last minute George Lucas realized it's too early for the senators to be making discussions like that, considering the empire hadn't formed yet. Or like, it's like the Force Unleashed. In the Force Unleashed, in that game storyline, the Rebel Alliance is formed because of uh Darth Vader's actions and Starkiller's actions. But that's been changed now, and we see how we're kind of seeing how the Rebel Alliance is formed in both Rebels and in Andor. So yeah, so deleted scenes are not necessarily just waiting to be put back in. Sometimes they're just like proof of concept or something. But no, it's a fair thing, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do see some deleted scenes canonized. I actually thought in Kenobi we'd see a flashback to the deleted scene of Obi-Wan speaking to Padme when he says to her, I know about you and Anakin, and I've chosen to ignore it because I care for Anakin. That would have been really interesting to see, but I suppose it didn't serve the immediate narrative of what those 6 episodes were about. But yeah, maybe we'll see the deleted scenes in Andor. That'd be cool. Um, It's so weird. How is it that I'm like this hyped for Andor when like in the kindest way possible? He's one of the characters I give the least shit about. Do you know what I mean? Like that he was like he was first he was created for Rogue One and died in Rogue One. So it's like I'm not going to get invested in those characters because you know what I mean? Their stories were over before they began. So but now I've seen all this stuff. I feel like my mind may change on this dramatically. D23, according to King 5942, says D23 announced Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga Galactic Edition with more DLC character packs, including Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we're about to watch. Um, that's cool. You know what? I'm glad I didn't buy it then. I'm glad I didn't buy the Lego Skywalker Saga yet. Um, because well, yeah, for reasons like that. But also, I'm hoping on Black Friday I can just get a discount. But we'll see. Now, are you all ready to begin your journey into watching the 3D Clone Wars microseries? No, microseries? The 3D Clone Wars canon. Canon film. You know what I'm talking about. The Dave Filoni 2008 Clone Wars movie. Is everybody ready to watch? That's all I'm interested in. Because if not, I will give you guys extra time. And as always, I'm going to. Oh, Gamer Boy 91 YT says hi. Hi, Gamer Boy. Um, Clay Decker says, do you think Andor will have any tie-ins to other Disney Plus Star Wars shows? I don't know. Just because of where it is in the timeline, I can't imagine. I can't imagine it doing so. Well, I think it will. It will always have Easter eggs and cameos, perhaps, but I don't think it will tie into any other shows because those shows are set in completely different time periods. So, for instance, I don't think we'd see Ahsoka. I could be mistaken, but I don't think we would because I think this is one of those shows that is not going to focus on the Force or Jedi. Um, it won't tie into Kenobi because I think Kenobi takes place after, if I'm not mistaken. It won't tie into The Mandalorian because, again, The Mandalorian doesn't take place till after Return of the Jedi, and it won't tie into the Book of Boba Fett for the same reasons. So, the odd cameo, sure, but tying in, I think this is going to try and be its own independent TV show that don't need no man. Um, let's see. Um, let me get Star Wars on my Disney Plus so I can watch what you are all watching. Now, here's another thing: is the Clone Wars movie in 4K on Disney Plus? Because I believe they only released it in 1080 HP, right? HD, not HP, HP source. Darth Vader collection, documentaries, the Clone Wars essential episodes. Where is the Clone Wars movie? It better be on here. It better be on Disney Plus. I mean, I've got it on my laptop anyway, but I want to watch. I want to watch it on the big TV. Star Wars animation. Aha! It is. Yes. If you guys go to Disney Plus, go to the Star Wars, and then go down to Star Wars animation, it's there on the far right. Let's see. Oh, that is so weird. It doesn't show the Warner Brothers logo. I've just paused it. I haven't started yet. It doesn't show the Warner Bros logo on Disney Plus, and I don't understand why. Because just because they own Star Wars doesn't mean like Warner Bros didn't, uh, create that particular film. This is crazy. Am I the only one? They, they they've taken off the Warner Bros logo. Like, I just think that's nuts. I mean, are they that desperate not to plug another film company's logo? What is going on? Is anyone else is everyone else ready? Is everyone else ready for the micro? I gotta stop saying the micro series. Is everyone else ready for the 3D Clone Wars? Yeah, it's a tricky one. I suppose Disney, for the $4 billion they spent, they had to buy everything Star Wars, including the Clone Wars movie. So yeah, but yeah, maybe it should be on HBO Max as well. Though I doubt Disney would allow that. But there you go. Is everyone ready? Because if not, well, I'm just gonna. I'll probably end up pressing play anyway. Okay. Oh, hang on, I've lost my screen. Hehe. Let's see. Somebody asked, yeah, Archive Videos has just asked, after watching the Clone Wars movie, are you going to watch the series in chronological order or release order? Probably. So well, that's the thing. I think for these live streams, we'll just get through the films first in chronological order, and then all the little TV shows we can watch after. Tommy Callahan says, "How's it going?" Good, Tommy. How are you, my friend? Don't think I've ever seen you before, but glad to have you. Um, okay, so Clay says Warner Bros. Were just the distributors. The movie was completely financed and created by George Lucas and Lucasfilm. I see. So I suppose if you own a physical copy like myself, then yes, you will see that Warner Bros. Logo. But I guess for streaming services, it's not needed if it's not distributed there. I don't know. Right, chaps. I'll tell you what. Let me just play the beginning of it, and until I get to the Lucasfilm logo, and then we'll begin. I really hope that my my what's it called? My channel doesn't get flagged for this. Okay. Right, folks. Can I get a well, I was gonna say, oh yeah. No, can I get a can I I can't even get my words out. Can I get a confirmation that we are all ready to go? Or should I do what we did yesterday and wait till 9 o'clock? That way everyone can get a drink and things. What do you think? Are you ready to go, or should I wait a tiny bit longer? And by the way, I've just posted a link to the Clone Wars Go FundMe page, where those that donate will have their names added to the end credits and be part of our Wednesday film club, where we watch some behind the scenes clips or have some behind the scenes discussions. Who say okay, so archive video is he's ready whenever. Ready whenever. That's cool. Um Oh, he's deleted his message. I suppose that you got to replace that message with a preference. Nope, nope. The same thing twice. Good. The comment's so nice that he wrote it twice. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it now. I think that's what we should do. Okay, so Lucasfilm logo. Don't say I didn't warn you. Let's go, folks. 3, 2, 1, go. Ah, is this the last film, Star Wars film, that has that logo before it got swapped for Disney's? I didn't even know there was a typo, my friend. Nice. You know, unlike the Clone Wars episodes, this one hangs on the title for a long time. Oh man, yeah, I was so some of these shots are awesome. I felt really weird when I first saw this because the way Tom Kane as the narrator still haunts me. I hate his impersonation as a narrator. Well, I don't know. Well, that's the thing. I think that this is one of the things that really freaked me out about it. Well, not freaked me out, but one of the things I found weird about this film was A, it didn't have an opening crawl. But again, I was a lot younger when I saw this. A, it didn't have an opening crawl. B, it it had a narrator, which no other Star Wars film uh uses. So I thought that was quite odd. Now here's something quite interesting. The person voicing Samuel L. Jackson in this film is no, sorry, sorry, let me rephrase that. The person voicing Mace Windu in the film is Samuel L. Jackson. It isn't the other guy from the 3D show. So I think that's a nice sort of way of, nice transition. But yeah, I was quite skeptical of this movie because I knew that I even before I saw it, I knew it was replacing the 2D micro series. So I was already pissed off about that. But anyway, can you zoom the picture in? I'll increase the size, but I don't want to get flagged by YouTube or I'll get blocked. You know. Yeah, you watch. I'll get a blocked icon in a minute. There you go. That's the best I'm doing. Besides, you should be watching it on Disney Plus. um, but if you're just joining us, we are 3 minutes in. And another thing I felt weird about when watching this film was Anakin's robes. Like between episodes 1 and 2, he ditches the traditional brown or black or white or whatever, like classic Jedi. Like what are these robes? Like since when does back then at least, like since when did we see Jedi wearing blue? This was so I just thought it was too cartoony even for this. But man, look at those colors. You know what's funny? I remember coming back from holiday. I think I went to Fuerteventura and or Spain. I can't remember. I came back from abroad, and I hadn't seen this film, and I was determined to watch it before it stopped playing in cinemas. So, but I had no one to go with, and I was too embarrassed to tell my friends I wanted to see a Star Wars cartoon because I think I was at that age where it would have been frowned upon by my classmates. That's cool. So yeah, I just sort of I just yeah, I snuck it. I went to the cinema by myself and watched it, but I'm glad I got out. I'm glad I did because it's these things are like small historical moments, especially for Star Wars. Look at this. Wow. So apparently this film was never meant to be a movie. It was meant to be I think there were 3 episodes that they spliced together. Like originally it was meant to be just a few episodes as part of this new TV show, but Lucas liked the idea so much of he just decided to unveil this new sort of thing as a movie, and they sort of spliced them together, and you know what? That would explain why Christopher Lee knew about his voice double, Corey Burton, because um, if I had to guess, I bet Corey Burton voiced Dooku in the in this movie when they were episodes, and then when they turned it into a movie, they I think at the last minute they probably swapped out Mace Windu um and Count Dooku. Clay Decker says, I read the book before I ever saw the movie. I got it at a school book fair when it was 8. Sorry, when I was 8. It was the first time I ever found out there was anything besides the movies. Wow. One attention to detail. Archive video says, one attention to detail I like is that they keep Obi-Wan's clone armor from the Volume 1 microseries. Yes. I'm glad they did that too. Um, it's yeah, I like that. But I'm really gutted that they I'm really disappointed that they didn't keep Anakin's brown armor here. But you know what? I think there's a symbolic reason for the blue and red. I think the blue represents the good that's in him. Kind of like blue lightsabers and so forth. And the red is that little bit of Vader in him. But you know what's interesting as well is people have made. I've seen on the internet people have compared um, Princess Leia to Anakin because there was a post on the internet where someone made the case that everyone always compares Anakin to Luke and Leia to Padme, but it's like Leia takes after Anakin. She is a fighter like a dad. She's reckless at times and blah blah blah, and the image they used for Leia in for this post was I think it was either from Rise of Skywalker or the Force Awakens. But what she's wearing is almost like similar, yeah, like similar colorings to what Anakin's wearing here. So it's a nice little parallel. So I like that. Ah, yes, Ahsoka, the uh, the girl that I despised to begin with. I was one of those. I was one of those fans that didn't like her at first. And no, it wasn't because she was a girl or any of that bollocks. It wasn't that. I can as a fan editor as well. Look, I just don't like when Star Wars. Well, at least back then, I've got a more open mind now. But back then, I didn't like the idea that this heavily important character was set between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith with no reference made to her. So it felt awkwardly placed for me, like as in, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't just watch Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith and pretend that Ahsoka exists in that story. I just couldn't do it at the time. I was just like, it just felt so goofy to me. But man, that was a long time ago. That was in 2008. Now, when I watch Revenge of the Sith, I feel like it's just that is such a that is just part of a whole bigger story. Let's put this back. Oh, and the biggest plot twist on Earth that she is Anakin's Padawan. No one could have seen that coming. And also, I find it funny that Anakin is reluctant to have a Padawan because surely he's so desperate to be a Jedi Master. Like it should be an honor that he's going up. And here we go, Ventress and Dooku. Now, if I think I think the idea for the Clone Wars canon edit um, first came into my mind. Oh, I don't like that. Look at that, by the way. Yeah, you can clearly see Sidious's face at that angle. That I've said this for a long time. I've said this for a long time. Just because fans have context of who the villains secretly are and who Anakin becomes, it doesn't mean I want to see it before it happens. I don't want to see that Palpatine is Sidious before Revenge of the Sith, if that makes sense. I don't. I like, and I don't want to hear that Anakin's going to become Vader. Ugh, this is another reason I didn't like Ahsoka. Sky Guy. It just felt so. She felt like a mascot to me at the time. I can't remember who. I can't remember who made this video on YouTube. I don't know if it was Dash Star or I think he changed his YouTube name. It was somebody who talked about I think 3 episodes of the Clone Wars, which fixed Ahsoka's character and made everyone start to like her. And I think these three episodes involved her, basically uh, making huge mistakes. And the reason why is, well, basically up until that point, we just look at like the way she's here, just has an answer for everything, positive can-do attitude, argues with authority, comes up with these cutesy nicknames. Like people didn't like that, and like it just didn't. It was just kind of like, what the fuck are you talking about? So she sort of came in. Um, Ellis Field says, "Sorry I'm late, guys. Grueler at work. Hope you're well." Yes, hello, Ellis. Always a pleasure to have you, my friend. Yeah, nobody liked the character of Ahsoka. Um, well, no, I say nobody. Obviously, a load of people did, but for those that didn't, I think the reason why was because she sort of came in with like no faults to her design in any way, shape, or form. So people just didn't like that she was this floating, annoying presence. But then those Clone Wars episodes where she fucked up, she got a load of clones killed, or she was put in a place, or she had to take 2 steps back. Once she was humbled, I think then there was like a huge sort of like fans could perhaps relate to her and start rooting for her, and then she's become one of the most beloved popular characters in Star Wars. Um, which unfortunately is like what she went through. The character Rey, played by Daisy Ridley, she never got to go through any of this, and that is, I think that's the fundamental difference between Ahsoka and Rey. Ahsoka made huge mistakes and fucked up and suffered losses plenty of times. Rey didn't, and that's no fault. That is no fault of Daisy Ridley, and that's not even the fault of Rey's character. It's the story surrounding her that sort of let her down. But if Ahsoka at the end of all this said, "I'm Ahsoka Skywalker," people would think, "Yeah, that makes sense. I could see that." But when Rey did it, people were like, "Wow, how underwhelming." Let's read these comments. It looks like a blanket that he just throws over his shoulders in a hurry. What are you talking about? Are you talking about his armor? I'll tell you one thing I find weird about this film is, and if I had to guess, it's probably because of budgets. But I think, yeah, I don't like that the Jedi don't wear robes. I find it odd. Like here, Mace Windu should be wearing his brown cloak, right? Yoda's wearing his robes. You don't see Yoda in a little chest plate. Um, I think it's kind of lazy. I think the only thing that would fix it for me is if we saw the characters without their robes in live action. If I saw that, this would seem authentic. But even in the micro series, they bothered to draw capes and cloaks and things. It's just a part of the design. Um, King 5942 says, "I am not the only one who's a fan of Ahsoka since." Wait, I am not the only one who's a fan of Ahsoka since when? Do you mean since this? I like her out. He goes, I like her. I like her. I like her outfit. No, sorry, I can't read anymore. I like her. Her outfit made her attractive to me. You probably knew something about me. Wow. Um, well, yeah. Um, Clay Decker says, I think it works because whenever I watch the movies, I always wondered why Palpatine had time to throw on all his robes. It makes more sense that he would have a simple cloak to quickly throw on. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Oh, hang on. Yes, I have missed a load of comments, begging your pardon. Clay said, Leia and Kenobi was very much like Anakin from the Clone Wars. Yes, I agree. Clay says, I've always been interested in... Oh, so you know what? You know what's funny, Clay? I was talking about... Oh, yeah, yeah. No, you're right. I did miss comments. Clay said, I've always been interested in Darth Sidious's robes in the early seasons of the Clone Wars. It's not his full Sith robes. Yeah, I agree. He has a few different robes. He has he has his like iconic the Phantom Menace sort of stealthy black ones that he wears in Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and at some point in Revenge of the Sith. Um, he also in this he has and those are the same robes he wears in this. But when he's fighting Sidious and Maul, he also has those more luxurious robes that we see at the end of Revenge of the Sith when he fights Yoda. So yeah, man, Palpatine has a load of different. He has a big wardrobe. But one thing I find, I was going to say something then. I've got the worst memory in the world. What was I talking about? Was I talking about wardrobe? Was I talking about fashion? Uh, oh, that's it. When I found it, the wires have connected. When Palpatine announces that he's turning the Republic into the Empire, the Empire, he wears red and black robes, and the reason why is that what he's wearing there is like traditional Sith garments, and that's like his big declaration to the galaxy that the Sith have won. They've won. Because I've seen some fan editors, they've turned his clothes in that scene black, like his Sith robes. But no, I think I like the kind of the red attire. It's cool. Um, I find it weird that I feel like destroy droids here aren't as like scary or badass as they were in the Phantom Menace. I mean, look at this here. You didn't see this in the Phantom Menace. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan had to absolutely like they had to escape because it was just like they were indestructible almost. So I don't yeah I like the small subtle indications that he is Palpatine, but I don't like when you can physically see it. I remember I had a Star Wars book. It was like a guide to it was like a visual guide or visual dictionary to the Phantom Menace when that first came out, and there was like a bio for Darth Sidious, and you can clearly see Palpatine's like one of his eyes when he's wearing the robe. Like you could see Ian McDiarmid's face, and that kind of ruined it for me. I was kind of like, oh right, there goes the spoiler. This is ridiculous. Why don't they kill him? I don't understand. What tactical advantage do they have to keeping the Jedi alive? I like this general. Like not all the separatists were bad people. They just had different ideologies to the Republic. Hell, if there was a separatist thing in existence here, I'd probably join it because I'm disillusioned with the UK. See, they're being very civil here. That's cool. Clay Decker had a visual dictionary for the Clone Wars, and yeah, they both had two separate bios for. Oh, sugar. Uh, have I lost the page? No, I haven't. Thank God. Yeah, they had two separate bios for Palpatine and Sidious, and so they should, because when a character plays both parts of the war, they deserve dual identities, kind of like Anakin and Vader, two separate, same being in a sense, two separate identities, two separate thingies. Yeah, there's no way I could have watched this film last night. I was exhausted. I was tired. These droids are weird. I don't know. I have. They. I mean, they look like giant Coke cans, Pepsi cans. I'm not. I mean, I'm not saying this is. I mean, all radiators or engines. I don't know. Well done, Ahsoka. Now, what I was saying before about Ahsoka having the important character developing arcs, like failing, learning from her mistakes. Ray never got to have any of that, um, except except for in the Rise of Skywalker. But the problem is that's her final film, so it's kind of like, why do we want to see her make the mistake in the finale and overcome them in that same movie? That is, there's like, what I mean. There's no chance to see transformation, or if there is, it's like it's too rushed. Whereas if she made a massive sort of mistake like she did with Chewbacca in Rise of Skywalker, if she made the mistake she made in that film in the Last Jedi, um, or was like really arrogant in the Last Jedi, just something like, because the Last Jedi, even though the Resistance lost, they treated that ending like it was a victory. And yeah, I don't know. Everyone's having a cup of tea or whatever it is. I love the I love the tiny little you can see these tiny little head bumps on Kenobi's head, because Hugh McGregor had, like, I can only describe as the he has like the twin suns on his head. Small details. It's kind of like when Padme has like a tiny mole on her cheek or something. It's just like it makes them look like the live action characters. But I'll tell you what's weird. Um, I feel like Clone Wars Anakin has his own separate look to Hayden Christensen, because in Star Wars Battlefront 2, the new one, um, Obi-Wan looks like Ewan McGregor, but Anakin looks. I think he looks closer to Matt Lanter's version than Hayden Christensen's. Like, he just seems more. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Does anyone else think that? Clay Decker says James Arnold Taylor does a flawless British accent. I agree. He does great. And then, yep, this is the moment where both their lives change forever. So yeah, I assume somewhere around here would be the end of the episode. Like I'm curious to see like would that be the final shot? No. Oh, maybe not. I haven't seen this film in a long time. I don't get I don't get how Anakin can lecture anyone on patience. It's you know what I mean? It's like this is not the same character we saw in Attack of the Clones. So I like Yoda's reverse psychology here. Um, he sort of threatens Anakin with saying, "Well, look, if you're not ready to have a Padawan, then you know what I mean? Like Anakin's gonna go, yeah, yeah, you're right. I'm not ready. I haven't. I'm not mature enough yet to handle a Padawan. Therefore, yeah, you go ahead." And there's R4, and this is why for my Clone Wars canon edit, I'm thinking of I'm thinking of replacing Anakin's R4 with a different colored droid because even though there are plenty of red R4 units, I think it would just create a sort of unintentional confusion. Uh, like an on-screen continuity error, if that makes sense. Let's see. What let's see. Clay Decker says Corey Burton does an amazing British accent. I love Corey Burton's voice. He's quite possibly one of my favorite voice actors from Star Wars. I think he does like because Christopher Lee's voice is very hard to do. But you know what? He doesn't sound exactly like Christopher Lee, but he has his own. He has his own flair, and in a lot of ways, I think he delivers lines much more sinister and colder than Christopher Lee's. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I think he's great. King 5942 says, "What if Obi-Wan returned Jabba's son instead of Anakin and Ahsoka?" That is probably a video Star Wars theory would make. Um, that sounds like a Star Wars theory kind of video. But yeah, if you're speculating, I think I don't know. If Obi Wan did it, Anakin would never have the rematch with Dooku. Although I don't understand why. Like that rematch with Dooku doesn't really do much for the story. I don't think. And also personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Anakin returning to Tatooine after Episode 2. I always thought I always thought Anakin's uh what happens to Anakin's mum on Tatooine. I always thought that was enough to make him stay well away from that planet, and that's what made Luke's hiding place so ideal. It's like the planet Vader would never want to set foot on again, a planet full of sand. Uh, but yeah, I find it weird that in this one he goes back, and yes, in this film he does sort of have issues with the planet, but the last clip, the last shot you see is like everything seems positive, and that's not the emotional reinforcements I want, I think you'd want to see. Now, one thing I find weird about clone troopers, at least as far as season one and this movie is concerned, I don't get why they have different hair. I'm not talking about haircuts. It's only natural they start having their own individual haircuts and styles, but I'm talking about different hair colors. Why is there a clone with silver hair? Why is there a or like later in the Clone Wars show, why is there a clone with like with hair on the side of his head, but with no, like a balding clone? Like like why they're meant to be replicas, right? So why have they why does the hair all grow different to one another? Is that like one tiny detail the Kaminoans the the Kaminoans couldn't get right? I mean, yeah, I don't. They probably dyed it, but yeah, I'm surprised they were allowed to. I think. Oh, there you go. Look, Obi-Wan's wearing a cloak. This is a rare. There's a rarity. This is a rarity for the Clone Wars show. They never animate Jedi wearing cloaks anymore. I know they did in a few of the episodes with Saw Gerrera, but yeah, there's our four. He's about to get ambushed. Oh, you know what? One of the people in the background is is a copy of Obi-Wan. He's got Jedi robes on and armor plating. They just swapped his head. So talk about lazy animation, but there you go. It's probably cost effective though. Jabba doesn't seem as disgusting or slimy as he does in Return of the Jedi, and you could argue it's because he, maybe in that film he was high or he was a lot older or whatever, but he looks like he's sort of cleaned himself up. He kind of looks like Tuco from Better Call Saul compared to his later appearance in Breaking Bad. You know what I find weird? Why does Obi-Wan's Jedi uh, cloak, why doesn't it have arms in it? Their cloaks there kind of look like they kind of look like the ones Dooku wears, only without the gold chain. And look, Anakin's robes don't have don't have sleeves. What is going on? This is cool. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched this film in a very long time. As much as it was, it's like nice to see how they met. In theory, they could have started the film right here, and we just and we wouldn't have to see how Ahsoka met Anakin. We would just accept that we would just accept this is that she's with him now. There are some people that really obsess or well, like on DeviantArt, I'm always looking for Star Wars digital artists, and on DeviantArt, some people really like sexualize Ahsoka when she's this age, and to those people, I say you are in fact a pedophile. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. Uh, here we go. Um, binoculars. They're all. You know what? Oh, here we go. Poor droid. Archive video says, I believe the when that when the movie was wait, so I believe when the movie was individual episodes, the ones on Tatooine are early on in production. That's a fair theory. Ah, and that could explain why. What makes you say that? What? Why do you think the Tatooine episodes were early on in production compared to the rest? I'm curious to know. The wow, it's amazing how much the animation has come along since, and uh, and also it's amazing that Star Wars hasn't given up on this animation because I thought when the Clone Wars final season finished, I thought that was it. We were done with that, and then Bad Batch, of course, was the thing, and I was really surprised that they decided to do the Bad Batch in Clone Wars style and not its own like new look. But now they're doing Tales of the Jedi, the same thing. So perhaps Disney learned from its mistakes with Rebels. But personally, I don't see that as a mistake. I I think you know what's weird? I don't I prefer the Clone Wars animation style, of course, but I I don't mind Rebels because it was a different show taking place in a different era, and it's a good way of differentiating. And some of the characters in Rebels, I'm going to say it, I think looked better than their Clone Wars counterparts. For instance, I prefer how Obi-Wan looked in Rebels than he did in the Clone Wars. Like, because in the Clone Wars, his beard looks like a piece of wood. Like, it looks really pointy and chiseled, and it doesn't, you know. Whereas in Rebels, when you see his flashbacks in the holocron, it looks it's all he's got, like, you know, his hair has the correct sort of texture, and I prefer that, honestly. I really do. And there's such, like, there's some smaller intricate details, like his hair is has some slight grey hair. It's just really, it's a nice feature. Okay, fair enough. All clear. I don't know why Anakin wears blue here. Why didn't? Yeah. What a random, what a random choice. What a random change. They redesigned Asajj Ventress because in the micro series she didn't have any of these purple markings or anything, but they really fleshed her out here. I like the music. The music. Kevin Kiner or Kevin Kinner, however you pronounce his name, did a fantastic job. It's really good. I might do some rescore edits to this film because I think this film I haven't edited compared to all the other Star Wars films I have. Okay, so Archive Videos says that for the wooden Obi-Wan in this show, that was intentional as George Lucas was harkening back to marionette shows like Thunderbirds. That is a fantastic observation. That's cool. That's awesome. I wish we. I wonder. I want to know what happens to Jabba's son. I thought in the Book of Boba Fett we could have seen. He could have made a cameo. He could have been. He could have been one of the Huts. Can you imagine seeing a big full? Well, yeah, it could have been him, but they made it someone else. I was about to say a big purple slug, but I keep mixing up Jabba's son with Jabba's nephew, I believe, whatever he's called again. Not Gardula, but whatever he's called. This is cool. Ah, Christopher Lee. I'm so glad that Christopher Lee got to voice animated Dooku before his passing. Anakin talks about Qui-Gon here. Well, I think it's here or somewhere else. I'm not being funny. How can Anakin like Anakin should like can't sense droids? They don't have life forms, so unless he saw that, I don't know. Just I don't know. Archive Archived video says I will give praise to the makers of the Clone Wars for keeping the series tone similar to the beginning of Episode 3, which results in Episode 3 feeling like it's the series finale. That's a fair comment. That's a fair opinion. Tatooine. You know what? There's kind of like one mistake here. It's like Tatooine has too many clouds. I thought the whole point of Tatooine was like it. Oh wow! No way! You're telling me Dooku was yards from Obi-Wan and Obi-Wan just didn't sense anything? I mean, it's bad enough that Chancellor Palpatine is in front of the Jedi Masters. Oh look, there you go. That alien behind Dooku, on Dooku's right, our left. That is Obi-Wan Kenobi's character model with an alien's face on it. Can you guys see it? There. Oh no, you can't. Yeah, look, it's not the one. You'll see in a minute. I'm gonna increase the. Oh, I missed it. We'll have to try again, but sorry guys, I got to keep messing with the thing. I'm just terrified that my live stream's gonna get flagged, and I don't want that. I know it's not ideal. Clay Decker says there's got to be a way for them to incorporate deleted Count Dooku footage in Andor. Maybe they can show flashbacks to the Separatist Council. If you're referring to Attack of the Clones, where I don't know. I think Disney's trying to avoid the prequels like the plague, unless it can like. I don't think I would love to see more Dooku stuff. I really would. He's one of my favorite characters, but I don't think that they'll even want to mention the separatists in Andor. I think the only things they'll mention is perhaps references to the Clone Wars and the Clone Troopers, but not the separatists. I can't imagine them bothering personally, but I've been wrong before. Anakin's robes kind of look brown underneath the blue, but they're actually red. Oh wow! So that's what their point of view looks like. King says, I thought Jabba never had a son. Also, obviously, wasn't mentioned in A New Hope and Return of the Jedi. Yeah, but there are different Hutts that's been established. They don't. I suppose Jabba's son doesn't serve an immediate connection to the events in A New Hope or Return of the Jedi. Just like Gardula the Hutt is mentioned in The Phantom Menace, but isn't really relevant in A New Hope. Look at this. Yeah, yeah. Look behind Dooku is Kenobi's model. There. You see that? Hang on. Oh, I can't see it anymore. I really want to show you this model behind Dooku. It is Kenobi's it's Kenobi's model, but with a different head. I suppose to save budget. Claydex says no. He's talking about the other Separatist councils, the ones with Padme's friend. Oh, are you talking about in the Clone Wars TV series where they're all voting on different things? You talking about that? Because I thought you were talking about the live action deleted scene where there's like a trial on Geonosis while Anakin and Padme are captive. Look at these vulture droids. I miss the brown vulture droids, but they've been repainted for the separatist stuff. Oh, I'm finally with you, Clay Decker. So Clay Decker suggests they could take archived footage of Christopher Lee and repurpose it for Andor, perhaps showing a flashback or reference to the separatist democracy. That's pretty interesting. I would love to see that. That would be awesome. This is one thing I find extremely goofy. Ventress Ventress spares Rex's life. I can't understand why she would do that, other than for we the audience. That's an interesting clone trooper color. That guy looks like a light blue instead of a normal 501st. In just over a month, we're gonna have Tales of the Jedi, and perhaps some of my questions about what happens in the Clone Wars between Attack of the Clones and this. Perhaps that will finally get answered, and I'll have a much better roadmap towards how I do my canon edit. And guys, please consider donating to my GoFundMe. I've just posted it again. There you go. This is where he talks about Qui-Gon. There we go. Droids are so incompetent. You know what's funny? I think CinemaSins talks about this a lot. Uh, doors in Star Wars, they forever change their purpose. So like the characters will always like shoot the lock on the door and that locks it, or they'll shoot the lock and it unlocks it. Do you know what I mean? And it's like it's very inconsistent. I suppose you could argue whatever you damage it in, that's it. That's what it gets stuck in. But like, if that's the case, why wouldn't the clones just damage it once it's locked, and then damaging it further won't unlock it? You know what I mean? It's it's a weird one. King5942 says that deleted Anakin versus Ventress duel scene should have been in this. I have no idea what you're talking about. What is the deleted duel? I'm not sure about this. Look at this. I can't. Here's a question: Did Rex was Rex under her? Did Rex was Rex under her mind control, or was he or was he trying to tip Anakin off? You know what I mean? What's the right answer? But here's the thing: why did she let Rex go? Why not kill him? Like she kills so many different clones. I don't understand why I don't understand why she lets Rex go. That there's no tactical advantage to this. You know what's interesting? This is the only time I believe we ever see a Sarge Ventress use her twin sabers as like a double lightsaber, kind of like Darth Maul. What's interesting is I remember seeing a behind the scenes clip on about the Clone Wars movie, and what Kevin Kiner said, the music composer, was that rather than giving Tatooine the classic sort of like deserty motif, they decided to sort of mix things up, and they tried to they gave it like a Japanese sort of score instead, and I thought that's quite interesting for Tatooine. You know, Asian aesthetic for a Middle Eastern setting. It's like it's very, yeah. I just thought that was an interesting creative decision. But yeah, Anakin. I feel like Anakin in the Clone Wars, and in Battlefront 2 2017 doesn't look like Hayden. I find it really weird. He looks like if Hayden did like lifted a lot of weights. He looks way bulkier than Hayden, in my opinion. Although that is very nitpicky of me, I must admit. What the hell? Were those spider droids missing an eye then? I need to double check. I can't believe they both just looked at each other and had a conversation in the middle of a firefight. Ah, yes. Now it's interesting, this ship. Oh yeah, look at this. We'll call this Ex Machina because look at this. That is an Ex Machina. There is, it's just like something that comes out of nowhere to to sort of save the day. Oh, and also then Anakin's tamed this beast. Like really. Like the thing he met 5 seconds ago. He got on its back and now it obeys his commands. Really. But why does Ventress want Anakin? This is why I think I don't know. This is why I think their battle on Yavin 4 in the micro series could have still happened because I feel like these two already have history. I can't shake him. It's a nice New Hope callback. In fact, Obi Wan's talking to Oddball. Did he call him Oddball then? Does that mean does that mean Oddball makes it through? Is he calling him Oddball? I need to put my subtitles on. Is that the same Oddball from Revenge of the Sith? Now see the ship. This is a freighter. I'm not sure if it's a spice freighter, but it's a freighter, and it's funny because from a certain point of view, um, Uncle Owen was right. Anakin was a navigator on a spice freighter. He commandeers this spice freighter ship. So like Uncle Owen was loosely telling the truth, even though he pretty much just straight up lies to Luke. what is up with that droid's plating? What's up with the plating on the droids there? They have like this weird red look, and I'm not even talking about the classic security droid look. Okay, I'm tired. That was a big ass vulture droid. Nice, nice run over. I like vulture droids. I liked flying them in the classic Battlefront 2 game. Um, but I think the best game in the original Battlefront 2 game, the best ship in Battlefront 2 is the V-wing because it has it has as many torpedoes at a time like a bomber does, but it's also like small and fast and agile. That is the best one, the V-wing. Um, Archive Video says, "Have you seen any of the Artor analysis of the Star Wars live action animated shows?" No, I've never even heard of it. Could you share a link or something, or leave a comment about it? Artor, I've never heard of him. Are you talking about the guy who talks about the behind the scenes things and breaks them down? Because I got to tell you, I do find his videos interesting, and I am a subscriber. But I love his thumbnails the most. They are pretty epic. Yeah, there he is. There is that alien that is Kenobi's model. Clay Decker says, "I love how in the Clone Wars series you can hear T.C. Carson's Kratos voice come out whenever he voices Windu, especially when he yells." Kratos? I don't know if you talk about the guy from God of War. I'll have to listen to it. Why would Ventress? Yeah, I don't know. I really wish Ventress and Kenobi hooked up. I really do, just because I've always been a fan of the whole Batman Catwoman relationship because they're on like on opposite sides of the coin, but they kind of have this sort of this pull towards them. So like Catwoman breaks the law and is a cat burglar, but Batman tries to enforce the law and fights for justice. But yeah, despite the fact that she's a criminal and he's for all intents and purposes isn't, let's say, yeah, they have this sort of on and off relationship, and I was kind of hoping that we would see a that sort of similarity between Ventress and Obi-Wan. You know, Jedi aren't allowed to have romantic attachments, but I was kind of hoping she would sort of loosen him up, and he would in turn make her less evil. But instead, they gave that gig to Quinlan Voss, and we don't even see it because the Clone Wars got cancelled. I never played any of the God of War games, so I've not heard it, but he's a great voice actor. Yeah, that hut doesn't even look sick. He just looks unhappy. It's weird. Like, wow, wow. It's Rex is a true trooper in every regard. Like, he's just accepted that Anakin, like they're all left for dead basically, and he's. Oh, okay. Archive video says, "How do I put a link in the chat mine? Sorry, mine does not show. I guess the chat doesn't allow anyone to put links in case it's spam. Do you do you have the Discord? Are you with the Discord? Are you in our Star Wars Story Discord? If so, drop it in the general chat. Otherwise, you can leave it as a comment once the live stream finishes, or just I don't know. I'll have a look afterwards. If you can perhaps copy and paste one of the video titles, perhaps I can find it. You know, it's really weird. In a lot of ways, I mean, this film implies that this is like one of the first battles after Attack of the Clones. But there has to have been some time that passed because Anakin no longer has his ponytail braids and Obi-Wan doesn't have his mullet. But in Tales of the Jedi, in the trailer, Obi-Wan is rocking the Attack of the Clones mullet, but Anakin is not rocking his Padawan braids. So it's like, how is this? I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, just a few months into the Clone Wars. I don't know. Ouch. What's going on? I'm the narrator of the Clone Wars. Actually, that's the point. Is that not Imperial, the Republic officer, I guess? Is he also meant to be the narrator? Like, is his character narrating what's going on, or is he or is it just because it's the same voice actor? You know what I mean? Now, this is what I find quite funny. The characters in the cockpit are reacting to the ship flying left, right, up, down. But I thought the whole point of the cockpits is that it keeps the gravity the same, right? Because when they're in space, they don't float. So it's weird. It's like they feel resistance on planet, but as soon as they're off world, they don't float. It's inconsistent. Episode 2, Anakin, is a secret in Tales of the Jedi. Ah, so is that going to be a reveal, you think? We're going to see episode 2, Anakin? I hope so. That'd be so cool. I miss Ventress. I think her death needs to be on screen. I think they should put her and Quillen's story in Tales of the Jedi. You know, making it about Quillen's story, or they should do stories of the Sith. This doesn't. I know this. I know this was originally made for a for TV, but there are moments in this where it doesn't feel like it is. It feels like it feels more cinematic. Like we never see Ventress have a double bladed lightsaber again. She only does it in this one, I believe. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? That Yarl, whatever he's called, Yularen is like, fights for the Republic and he narrates the Clone Wars, but then he's an Imperial officer on the Death Star in A New Hope, and it's like, why is he in like the Emperor's inner circle? Because I assumed you think he's a good guy. He has honor and stuff. Look at this. If my screen is too tiny, by the way, you could always put my the video on full screen and just and squint your eyes. But I don't know. Ah, there's that famous stance again. Nice catch. Look at this, a hologram medical droid. How the hell can somebody? How can a droid make an assessment without physically being there to like take a temperature or look at the body or anything? Archived video suggests that the Clone Wars narrator who's in the Empire, that his mind never left the Republic. Yeah, I agree. I probably. It's a shame he's only reduced to I hope we see him in Andor, or a version of him in Andor. And the same with Tarkin. Perhaps they can get the actor who briefly played him in Revenge of the Sith at the end. Maybe they can get him as Tarkin. That'd be cool. I love how they know the medicine's working just because this fucking slug gives a brief smile. And that secret is still hidden, never told anybody. Well, yep. I really want to see Tales of the Jedi. I can't wait. And it's been pushed back till October, but woohoo! I'm glad that's still coming out this year because all the other stuff is um is pushed back to next year. There he is, Obi-Wan's body on a alien. I always like it when famous actors who originally inhabited the role uh, are acknowledge other characters in TV shows because that kind of reinforces it. So, for instance, James Earl Jones voiced Vader in Rebels, and Vader is talking to Ahsoka and talking about Ahsoka. And I love that because it's like the guy who voiced Vader in the original trilogy acknowledges that Anakin Skywalker had an apprentice. You know what I mean? It's so cool. And the same with Ian McDiarmid, um, playing Palpatine in Rebels, going Ahsoka Tano, mine at last, and things. So like James Earl Jones knows about Ahsoka, and Christopher Lee knew must have at the very least knew that on paper he was speaking to Dooku's apprentice called Asajj Ventress, and I think that's fucking cool. Oh, that's funny. King says, I meant Ahsoka's midriff is attractive to me. That's what I meant secret from my family for years. But he was 6 when this came out. Yeah, that's fair enough. If you were a child and you saw this, then yeah, you probably had a crush. I don't think I've ever had a crush on any Star Wars character. I've never had like the hots for someone. Not even like Natalie Portman or anything. It just no, I never had a boyhood crush. When I was a kid, I probably fancied Hermione from Harry Potter when I was a kid. Um, but nothing Star Warsy. you never see these IG-88 droids pilot before. Um, but yeah, those are Grievous's bodyguards. Actually, fun fact: the bodyguards for Grievous here, the IG-88s, they are based on concept art for Grievous. So they're like runner up concept arts. Interesting ships. Oh, there you go. Again, what is up with this ship? It does like it. They when the ship turns left and right, they feel it. You know what I mean? Why doesn't it stabilize them in the middle? I don't know. That's lucky. You know what? Say what you want about the season one animation. Jabba, well, no, this slug looks tons better than Jabba did in A New Hope. Zing. That's a joke. Actually, yeah. You know what? This is some the animation is pretty basic. But no, that's a cool fun fact. If it is based on like Thunderbirds and things, that's cool. I like when Lucas honors the things that influence Star Wars. King 5942 says also for the Nilvan part for Volume 2 of the microseries, are you going to redesign them to Navi or just a small Easter egg of Avatar? I am not going to redesign them, but I hope to put somewhere a an Easter egg. Oh, this is so cool. I love Dooku. He's such a fascinating character to me. He was like this aristocrat. There's Obi-Wan's model right there. Um yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, I'm not gonna redesign them to look like the Navi because I think it would be too distracting. I don't want to repurpose them to be other aliens from other films, but because they look so similar, I'd love to make a small reference to Avatar, and I'm sure I'll find a way because it is quite funny how similar they look. Oh, that is comedic timing. It is it is quite funny that I mean Padme. It's like Padme comes in towards the end of the film and then runs into trouble at the end of the film, and it's you know what I mean. Like so far, she has contributed nothing to this immediate plot. You know this film, this storyline. So it's these moments that make me think this. You know these are TV episodes that have been spliced together. Palpatine's in his red puffy Revenge of the Sith costumes. King 5942. No, my friend. No, I was only making a no. I do not. I don't think you're a pedophile for finding that attractive when you were a kid. What I'm talking about is there are some really disturbing like there's some deviant art, but basically there's people who are taking the images you see here of Ahsoka and really sexualizing them by just making her wear a bikini or nothing. And it's like she's I think 12 or 14 in this. You know what I mean? So so yeah, that's what I'm referring to, my friend. I hope I hope you don't think I'm saying that about you. No, no. I'm saying the internet's a dark place. That's what I'm saying. Ugh. More fucking Jawas. And, and now we see Coruscant. These shots of Coruscant, they remind me of the Batman animated series. It's very noir. Oh look, there's a ship again from Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. And this is like a weird sort of echo of the cantina scene because you've got those the jizz whalers playing. Yep, that's actually what they're called. Oh, this is weird. My TV is has gone out of sync with what's playing on my YouTube video. Very odd stuff. Are these meant to be the same musicians from A New Hope, or are they just the same species? I assume they're the same. I assume that they're the same because otherwise, what they're saying is all their species are musical. Now, those two aliens kissing, you see for a second, in my head canon, they are the same sex, and the reason why is because whenever people like a lot of people see same sex people kissing in Star Wars, they get like extremely aggravated and they say, no, no, oh, it's woke, it's all woke media. Oh, they're trying to force homosexuality onto our kids. So so to those people, I say fuck off. So yeah, those two aliens kissing, as far as I'm concerned, they're both female or they're both male because why not? It's funny that Zero the Hut is a guy, but he sounds and looks like a woman if I'm not mistaken. I wonder if we'll see a young Ahsoka in live action, perhaps in a flashback. King 5942. I wonder who would play young Ahsoka. That'd be cool. It would be really nice to see Hayden Christensen fighting along a young Ahsoka as a flashback. We need some Clone Wars flashbacks, man. That'd be cool. This I don't know what this is. Is this meant to be the Crate Dragon? No, 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 it's not. Or is it meant to be a giant bantha? The desert. I'm amazed that R2 is keeping up at that speed, considering the terrain he's on. I'm sorry, but how that? Okay, a couple things wrong here. First of all, how can she push back that IG droid? I mean, like it's a droid. It should be stronger, right? Oh, hang on, my PC's running low. Yeah. Watch me lose battery connection now. This will suck. disconnect my PC. Let's see. It's nice that Christopher Lee is also, hi- his character gets to interact with Padme again. I wonder. I wonder when the my TV fell out of sync um with what I'm displaying on YouTube right now. Does that mean there's like an extra scene on the TV that I don't have on file, or because my TV is ahead slightly? I don't know. Twin Sons again. I think I was possibly the first person on YouTube to make a video featuring every single Twin Sons scene in the Skywalker saga. So I'm not talking about like Book of Boba Fett or Mandalorian. I'm talking The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, this movie, Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, um, The Last Jedi, and then Return of the Jedi, which I put at the end because it's funniest at the end. These droids are weird. They don't look like the normal red-headed security droids. IGs, man, they are scary. Tatooine's three moons. I always find this kind of weird in the grand scheme of things that they have a rematch again, like so soon after Attack of the Clones. Do you know what I mean? Like Anakin's holding his own against Dooku, but I thought the point is he still has so much to learn. But again, I'm glad Christopher Lee got to acknowledge uh, Matt Lantner's Anakin. You deceive yourself. Weird. So it's just so weird to think that they fought on Geonosis and they fought again on Tatooine. They fight. The one problem I have with the Clone Wars the way it ended, and um, I really wish this gets fixed. Is the last time we see Anakin fighting Dooku is um, he fights him with Obi-Wan, but 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 then when he fights him again after, he said, what's he say? He says, this time we will do it together. I was like, you did do it together last time. Last time you fought, you did it. You did do it together. So that's the thing. I would love to see one more fight between Dooku and Anakin in the Clone Wars, where Anakin fights him by himself, and because of this, it causes him to lose. Because in Revenge of the Sith, when he goes, "This time we will do it together," it makes sense. It's almost like they haven't seen each other since Attack of the Clones. So let me get this straight. Ahsoka is a Padawan, and she, understandably, she can't hold her own against Ventress, but she can hold her own against three IG Magna Guards. Or maybe she can't actually. She is, yeah, I strike that. Coruscant. Wow, so we see both the Queen ships. We see that silver one she has from Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, but we also see this one that's, I believe, we see in the micro series and possibly uh, the Phantom Menace. Sif217, good to have you, man. Just seen your comment now. So perhaps by the time when you left this comment, you may be watching the beginning of the stream, but I'm seeing this comment towards the end of it. Is that Fordo? Are they for any of them Fordo? All of them Fordo confirmed. Fordo, Fordo, Fordo. They're all Fordo. Man, IG droids are weak in this. Maybe this is Fordo. Be cool if it was Fordo. Sif217, you could change your name to Sifo Diaz. Sifo Diaz 217. The element of surprise. So Anakin not only doesn't sense Ahsoka, but he doesn't even see any of the glowy lights. Okay. It's interesting. Anakin meets Jabba as as himself and as Vader in the comics. In the comics, Anakin force chokes. No, in the comics, Vader force chokes Jabba, which is a nice contrast to Luke. Luke Simmons says, honestly, I forgot how long it's been since this movie was made. It came out before I was even a year old, and now I'm 15. Oh my, wow, I feel old as hell. This came out in 2008. Uh, and wow. I find it mind boggling that this film came out when some people were children. I'm old as fuck, man. I'm going to be 30 this year. Clay Decker says, I love the twin sun scene in this movie. Anakin and Ahsoka walking silhouettes across the light of the sun. So it reminds me of the scene in Raiders with Indy and the crew digging in the desert. Yeah, that's cool. That could even be a very subtle reference. You never know. One thing I didn't realize was that Steven Spielberg, I think he worked on Revenge of the Sith as either a collaborator or even worked on some of the Order 66 sequences. So it's interesting. I would love to have seen Steven's contributions. Oh, look, there's the father and son reunited, and we'll never see this little baby Hutlet again. Or maybe that's the point. Maybe that's why we never see him, because Jabba puts him away so no one will kidnap him. That's a weird little. Wait a minute. Isn't that the bowl that Jabba eats the frogs in? And now it's also a holographic projector thingy? What the hell? Jabba is not happy. You know who does a really good Jabba impression? Bill Hader, the guy from what the hell is he from? From Superbad. I Love You Man. Um, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. All these comedies. Yeah, Bill Hader. He does a really good Jabba. You should see it. You should YouTube Bill Hader's Jabba impression. It's pretty funny. Luke Simon asks, "Have I seen the Tales of the Jedi trailer?" Yes, I am so excited. I am like that. That is like out of all the Star Wars things coming out, I'm most excited for that. Tales of the Jedi. But I have a bias towards it. It's because I am doing uh, a fan edit to the 2D Clone Wars microseries, and I think Tales of the Jedi will help answer some questions about that. So yeah, yeah, I've just put in the chat um, the GoFundMe page where you can sponsor the canon edit, and in exchange you get your name added to the end credits and get to see some behind the scenes stuff on Discord. Wow, why why has Yoda come here? I don't understand. And why are Jabba's guards stood in soldier formation? Like that makes no sense. They're gangsters. They're not in the army. In fact, Jabba's that. This is so weird. Directed by Dave Filoni, who Dave Filoni and John Favreau should like. Look, I don't want to be one of those people that bash Kathleen Kennedy because all the good things that have happened under her rule. I'm not, we can't pretend she had nothing to do with them. But Dave Filoni and John Favreau, in my humble opinion, they just get it. They get it. Um, as Scythe217 says, or asks, have you watched all the Disney Star Wars series? Yes, I have, except for Star Wars Resistance and what else? I haven't watched Star Wars Resistance yet, and um, and I haven't watched all of the vintage Star Wars stuff. So I haven't watched um, the Ewok movies or the Droids cartoons, but I'll get round to that soon enough at some point. um, but yeah, guys, I am. That's it. We've watched it. Luke Simmons says, "I'll be honest about Tales of the Jedi. As much as I like Ahsoka, I wish we would have saw some more minor Jedi who haven't been fleshed out." Um, yeah. Well, I think we are though. I think Ahsoka is just going to have one episode because I think there's only 6 or 8 episodes. I think it's 6 episodes. So I think it's like each episode is about one particular Jedi. So I think all the Ahsoka things we see like that take place during the Clone Wars and after the Clone Wars, I think that will all be part of one episode. I can't imagine them give. So I think from Ahsoka's birth up to fighting an Inquisitor. I think that will be all one episode. I think, but we'll see Dooku. We'll see Dooku and Qui Gon. I think that'll be one episode. Um, Yaddle. That's another episode. I don't know. Just it'll be cool though. I can't wait to see it. I am so excited for that. Guys, I can't thank you enough. I'm sorry that we didn't watch this last night, but I was just exhausted. But hey ho, it's ironic now. I think the chat is really livening up, and now that the film's ended, um, but it's cool. Let's watch the film again. Let's go right to the beginning. I'm joking. That's I'm not that crazy. Um, okay, so either next week or the week after, we will watch. Oh, hang on. Luke Simmons says 6 episodes. Yeah, Tales of the Jedi will be 6 episodes, but it's 3 Ahsoka centered episodes and 3 Count Dooku centered episodes. He's pretty sure. He could be wrong though. Still excited for it anyway. Great stream, by the way. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Luke Simmons. I haven't seen you too much in the comments, Luke Simmons, but I appreciate the feedback, and whenever I do an upload to the channel, it is it's the comments that I live for. I love seeing the creative comments, so I hope to see more of you, Luke. And yeah, I hope. Yeah, comment on my videos, man. Comment on my videos, comment on my live streams, and please consider donating to the. Oh wow, I've never seen this before. What is this? Oh right, I'd never seen that after credits of the Jawas fighting over the Lucasfilm logo. That's so funny. There you go. Ooh, and there you go. Finished. Wow. 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 We were. Luke, I appreciate it, my friend. If you've just found my channel, I'm going to give you I'm going to give you the quick 401 on what my channel does. My channel is a fan edit channel. I make fan edits to the Star Wars films, the Star Wars TV shows, and this can range from anything. It can go from just adding new music or swapping character dialogue, and I offer alternative ideas. I'm not setting out to improve anything or say my stuff's better. It's just like a fun what if the TV shows went a certain way, or if the films went a certain way. And at the moment, my channel's most ambitious fan edit is changing the microseries, the Clone Wars microseries, to bridge it to the 3D TV show. It's it's the Clone Wars canonized fan edit, and it's like it's going to be a few years until it's going to be maybe done in the next 2 years, but you should it's like if you go on my channel, it's like the main trailer is the Clone Wars micro series canon edit. I please consider donating. Otherwise, I would just love to see you in more of these comments, man. Glad you found this channel. And also, if anyone can't afford to donate, which I completely get, you know what you could do? You could share the shit out of this channel. Share this channel and the GoFundMe page in different Discord servers. Help me out, man, because my channel is considerably still quite small compared to the average Star Wars channel. Um, yeah, so I appreciate it, guys. Check it out. But yeah, we've done some live stream. We've done some other live streams at the moment. We've watched The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, the Clone Wars micro series, Volume 1 and 2, and now the 3D film. I think next we're going to watch a very particular Revenge of the Sith um, film. We're not just going to I'm not just going to live stream Revenge of the Sith. I'm going to live stream Revenge of the Sith that a friend of mine, Crimson Mall, has made a fan edit of. He's combined Revenge of the Sith with the Clone Wars and I believe Bad Batch. I'm not too sure So it's like Revenge of the Sith, um, 4.5 or something, or 3.5. Um, so yeah, I believe next Friday or the Friday after we will watch that. It'll be cool. It'll be good to have you there. Um, where are you guys from, by the way? Do you guys want to comment where you're from? Sif217 says, "My friend, you sound like a Star Wars villain." Is it because of the accent? Is it because I am British and I sound like a imperial cadet or something? Now hear this. You should subscribe to my second channel, Grand Moff Talking, uh, where you'll hear more of these imperial Grand Moff Talking sound of accentes. Um, Luke Simmons is from the United States. That's cool. My dad lives in the United States. He lives in LA. And he is visiting Britain in a couple of weeks. So that would be cool. But yeah, I've been to the US a bunch of times to visit him. I was in New York in 2005 when Revenge of the Sith was coming out, and that was like one of the best years of my life. Just the hype was unreal, and I went to Toys R Us and they had all the action figures. Oh, I'm getting so nostalgic just thinking about it. Oh man, I think Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars film. It just holds a special place in my heart, and I don't even think it's necessarily the best. Not even that. It's just a favorite, and even though it's my favorite, that is like I think the film I would love to tweak and change the most with a fan edit. Definitely. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm probably gonna go, my friends. It's been absolutely real. Otherwise, you'll just sort of look. I don't know. There's nothing really else on my mind I can share at the moment. I mean, the Queen's passed, so the people in the UK are in mourning. It's not even been a week yet, and it's so surreal. It's weird. I find the whole thing bizarre. It's a weird feeling, but you know. And now we have a king. I live. I mean, I'm ruled by a king now. It's so odd. Archive Video said, "Oh, you sent the link to Art. Oh, thank you, Archive Videos. I apologize. I couldn't remember if it was you or King that was talking about Artor. So excellent, cool. King, you still with us, my friend? You guys still with us? Um, I wonder who else is in the party, just sort of anonymously floating in the party, spying on us. um, there's 25 episodes of the Clone Wars that perhaps we'll watch in one sitting. And it's on Disney Plus. It's called the Clone Wars, um, like essential episodes. Um, I believe. Let's have a look. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Star Wars: The Clone Wars essential episodes. So there's season one, episode one, The Ambush. Season one, episode five, Rookies. Season two, episode five, Landing Point Rain. Season two, episode six, Weapons Factory. Se- uh, season two, episode seven, Legacy of Terror. Brain Invaders. The Mandalore Plot. Void's Temptation. Season three, episode two, Arc Troopers. Brothers, Revenge, Gathering, Revival, Eminence, Shades of Reason, The Lawless, Sabotage, The Jedi Who Knew Too Much to Catch a Jedi, The Wrong Jedi, The Bad Batch, Distant Echoes, On the Wings of Kiridas, and Unfinished Business. What? How are like that's it? Those are the only. What are you talking about? What about the end of the Clone Wars? What about season seven? Why is that not in the Clone Wars essential episodes. The finale should be the essential episode. No, I don't know. Anyway, right, my friends, I am forever grateful. You know, I'm glad we've had a nice turnout for this live stream, and I will see you guys soon. I'll catch you on the flip side. Um, I will yeah I pay please consider donating and subscribing and sharing and all that jazz. I really appreciate you guys. It's nice to see some new faces and familiar faces in the live chat, and we will uh yeah I will catch you again soon. Take it easy, my friends. Happy Saturday. May the force be with you.